Hello, children. We have completed the topic on the endocrine system, and now we will be moving on to another topic, that is adolescence. Adolescence means to grow into maturity. That means when an individual grows into maturity, becomes mature, that is adolescence. Which period of life? The period of life when the body undergoes development leading to reproductive maturity is called adolescence. That means when the body develops. But what sort of development? This development is mainly reproductive. Okay? Okay, there'll be change in the reproductive organs also, and that is called adolescence. Now, this is the definition of adolescence, the period of life when the body undergoes development leading to reproductive maturity is called adolescence. Now, it is a transitional stage of physical and mental human development. It is a transitional step, meaning it is in between. Okay, the person that time when an individual enters into adolescence is neither a child, okay, the period between childhood and adulthood, okay, so you can neither call that person a child, very small child, or an adult. So it is a transitional period, okay, and the individual undergoes uh, physical and mental development in both ways, okay. There is rapid development growing towards physical and sexual maturity, okay. There'll be development taking place both ways, physical and sexual maturity. An adolescent is neither a child nor an adult. And when does a person enter adolescence? The age between 10 to 19 years of age. The person is called an adolescent, and it is called adolescence. Now, adolescence starts a year or two earlier in case of girls than in boys. Okay? That means girls start adolescence at least a year or two earlier. Okay? Now, what are the physical changes that take place? After the age of 10 or 11, there is sudden noticeable growth in, okay, there's a noticeable growth in the person's body, okay, which can be noticed. It is all due to the influence of hormones. The hormones become very active at this stage. Now, the changes are now increase in height, okay, increase in height increases, bones of the hands and legs they elongate, weight of the body also increases initially. Now this happens, bones of the hands and legs elongate, weight of the body also increases. This, it can be seen, it's a marked change more in boys, okay. Initially, girls grow faster, but at the end of teenage, both reach their maximum height. Girls, they'll seem to be growing faster, but by the time at the end of teenage, both girls and boys, they reach their maximum height. Now, growth varies in individuals. It varies from individual to individual because to some extent it is also controlled by genes, okay, the genetic makeup of an individual. Now, another change, first was increase in height. Second, change in body shape. The body shape changes. Boys have longer bones, more muscles. Boys have broader shoulders and narrow hips. Now this is in comparison to girls. Okay. Now girls have a curvaceous body and broader hips due to enlargement of the hip bones. Okay. Their shape will be very different, girls and boys. Okay. Now, the third change you'll see, these are all physical changes, okay? The larynx begins to grow. In boys, what happens? A deep, loud, hoarse voice develops, okay? Why? Because the voice box enlarges. The voice box becomes larger, much larger than compared to girls. Okay, in boys it becomes so large that it protrudes out from the neck. No, a small protrusion is there, which is called the Adam's apple. In girls, the voice box does not enlarge so much, so the girls usually have a high pitched voice, okay, at this age, okay, when they reach adolescence. Now, the fourth physical change that can be noticed, that happens, is increased activity of the sweat and sebaceous glands. Now, the sweat glands, they produce sweat. Sebaceous glands, they produce an oily substance called sebum. Now, because these two glands, now they are present in the skin, sweat and sebaceous glands, because of the increased activity of these glands, what happens? Young people tend to develop acne and pimples, okay, because of the high activity of these glands. So today, let us do this much. Okay, we'll stop here. We've just done in adolescence, the physical changes. The physical changes only we've done this time. Now, in my next lesson, I'll catch up with the next topic in adolescence, only what happens in adolescence. Thank you.